Should this be Aaron Rodgers' last start with the Green Bay Packers? It's the Green Bay Packers, my number one team. The Philadelphia Eagles, my number two team. It is a game maybe 15 minutes away from where we're sitting right now. But there's no way I'm going to that game because, very frankly, I'm waiting to take our son to a game here in Philadelphia. And when you take a kid into that atmosphere here in Philly, not a good idea. But we're watching tonight from the palatial Sorgi estate. I am Jay. I am Daddy. Anthony, the kid who I always do these live trips with, or these live discussions with, is still on the trip, coming back to Philadelphia from West Virginia with my wife. They went separately for Thanksgiving. I had to stay back due to a COVID-19 related situation. No, I don't have it. No, they don't have it. But we had to separate for Thanksgiving. So I'm here. The kid's going to be here for his part of the discussion. So I'm going to be with you for the duration of the game. The kid's going to come back and join for as long as he can before he has to go to bed for school tomorrow after Thanksgiving break. We're just a couple of minutes from kickoff at Lincoln Financial Field, a few miles away from where we are sitting here in Philadelphia, a Packers fan in Philly. I've been waiting for this game for a long time, but now this could be a dangerous game, a very dangerous game for the Green Bay Packers. So I'm very concerned this could be it. This could be it for the Packers for their playoff hopes. CJ, thank you for popping in. Yes, the cheese. Nick the legend, Nick the mod. Yes, the Philadelphia Eagles are wearing black on black, beautiful looking uniforms. And they're even going with the black helmet. That is going to look slick tonight. Happy Hodag. Yes, thank you for popping in from the motherland of Wisconsin. Yeah, this contest, and I think that's why I'm giving an additional discussion piece to this besides the game itself. There is a very reasonable argument that this should be the last start Aaron Rodgers ever makes in a Packers uniform if the Packers lose tonight. I hate that idea. You're talking about the greatest pure passer in the history of football in Aaron Rodgers, not the GOAT. Tom Brady's the GOAT. I mean, give him his due. 10,000. I mean, I shouldn't say 10,000 times better, but he is a better overall quarterback and is the best the game's ever seen. But Aaron Rodgers, best pure passer at full health the sport has ever seen. He makes throws that Brady wishes he could make. The only difference is Brady's a better decision maker, especially in key situations. Nick the mod, Nick the legend, Aaron Rodgers and his atrocious hair. Agree. Better throw 9 picks. TJ Watt, our favorite troll with a Wisconsin name. Go Eagles. And agreement from Nick the mod. And yes, you are welcome to come in if you want, Nick. I will throw you in the link if you want to join the discussion at some point. Amen. Little discussion between Philly and Pittsburgh going on here. But the reason why I think there's a very reasonable argument that Aaron Rodgers, this may need to be the last game he ever starts as a Packer, is this is the Packers' last stand for this season. If the Packers somehow don't pull off an upset, they stand no hope of making the playoffs. No realistic hope. Aaron Rodgers is on the edge of 40 years old. The guy is in such danger, of reaching that point where his skills are just gone. 3 of his last 6 seasons, he has had major injury issues. Big time injury issues. And with that being the case, his health is considerably in question, and it's only going to go downhill. It's hard for him to picture him climbing uphill with his health. So I see no rise in Rodgers' game. And very frankly, the Green Bay Packers are, yeah, you nailed it. It'll be 39 this coming Friday. You nail it. Off topic, CJ. We just hired Willie Fritz as our next head coach, if you can believe it. You got a good one there. You got a good one. But it's such a thing where the Packers are only going downhill. I mean, this is not a Super Bowl caliber team, anywhere near Super Bowl caliber. The Philadelphia Eagles are. You're going to see them. John Jansen, thank you for popping in. The Eagles are a Super Bowl caliber team, and the reason that they are, and the reason why they're favored by so much in this contest, is because they are not weak in any portion of their roster. The Packers have holes all over it. They look like a cheesehead with many different deficiencies in their overall talent pool. And because of that, it's going to take time for them to be able to rebuild that franchise. And the biggest reason why it's going to take time for them to rebuild and get to that level is because you can only allocate so much salary per player. And Aaron Rodgers is taking up half of 9 figures or so per year of that salary cap. It's going to be less and less and less with that. Okay, guys, let's play nice. Let's play nice with the Steelers and Eagles stuff. CJ with the laugh. CJ, go Chiefs. But the fact is, so much is allocated to Aaron Rodgers already that they don't have the capability to do all that kind of restocking, especially with veteran free agent talent. They're going to have to do this through the draft. They're going to have to rebuild through the draft. And to rebuild a team through the draft and be a championship contender, good freaking luck. And that's the only way they'd be able to do it with Rodgers is with rookie salaries. And Rodgers has a window of 2 more years at best. At best. Oh, man. Packers should do well if everyone is voting for the Eagles. There's a reason they're going to pick the Eagles is because, well, they're going to win this game. I hate saying it, but I think they are going to potentially demolish Green Bay tonight. And it's just a simple case of dollars and cents. They cannot rebuild and be championship caliber if one guy's got all that salary. And they're going to have too many deficiencies for them to be able to do it as we have kickoff. Headed towards the south end zone. It's going to roll through for a touchback. Philadelphia's going to get the football first. With all that, oh boy, sad news. Sad news. Much agreed, Nick. Much agreed, especially right now. Now, Tomlin was fantastic, but I think Sirianni's proven himself. He's also had a lot of help with a fantastic job by Howie Roseman to fill that roster. But the fact is, oh yeah, I like the all black with Philly. I love that look. Now, with that being said, you need to, number one, free up salary in order to get a more balanced roster, the kind that can win Super Bowls. As we got a nice little tip pass off the line of scrimmage on first down. And Agbari with that, stopping Jalen Hurts. His numbers are like outstanding this year. I mean, he started the year being a Hall of Fame kind of quarterback. And the Eagles are the type of franchise that the Packers need to look at in terms of how to redevelop. And they need to strike gold in terms of a quarterback that will be their future quarterback. But the fact is that they're not going to be able to do what they need with Rodgers to rebuild. Hurts down the sideline, missing the target on second down, missing Devontae Smith. They're going to go to 3rd and 10. But with all that, it's real simple. You got to find out what you got in Jordan Love. This is his last year in Green Bay, potentially, because he can go off on a contract. His next contract is up. You've got to find out if it's worth investing in him or if you need to go quarterback in the first round and get a great quarterback in the draft. Vic 2 Productions, go Pack, go. Amen. Boom. 3rd and 10. They're not rushing 6. Oh, and that was a mistake because Jalen Hurts showing his running ability 18 yards down the sideline. Oh, man. That's the danger when you only rush 4 or 5. And they kept Quay Walker in to sort of stalk Hurts and watch where he was going. But Hurts just beat him. And Hurts got in the open. It's hard to outside contain him. It's hard to middle contain him. It's dangerous. He gained 18 yards at a first. Anthony is currently en route to the palatial Sorgi estate because he and my wife, Anonymami, Carrie, in reality, she took him to West Virginia for Thanksgiving. There's nothing wrong in the Sorgi household. It was a COVID-related situation. All 3 of us are healthy. We're all good. None of us have it. But because of a COVID-related situation, I had to stay here for the Thanksgiving break. But they're on their way, and they will be back at some point during the broadcast. They'll COVID test, and then the kid will join us for at least some portion of the discussion. CJ, what happened to Wisconsin yesterday? Oh, tough injury there. Ugh. Ankle injury. Not good. What happened to Wisconsin? The bigger news is what happened to Wisconsin today. They got maybe the best college football coaching hire possible this year in Luke Fickell. He's coming from Cincinnati. Massive hire. As they hand the football off and gain 5 yards with a smash up the middle with a fantastic Philadelphia offensive line. Great Philadelphia offensive line. But they hired Luke Fickell. Great coaching pick. Great coaching pick. Correct for the last couple of years that Minnesota has owned them and will own them, at least for the very near term. That could change next year. First down, Philadelphia with a nice 8-yard smash by Sanders. This is what I was afraid of. Philly can beat you every way possible on offense. They can smash the football off the middle. They can go deep on you. If there's a weakness on your defense, they're going to exploit it. And they're going to exploit it tonight on the Packers. Which is why, very frankly, could be among the reasons why defensive coordinator Joe Barry's job could be in jeopardy this year. And you could possibly see Jim Leonhard, the Badgers' supposed head football coach in waiting, going to the Packers as defensive coordinator. He was supposed to be the head coach in waiting in Madison. He didn't get the job. He had been offered the Packers defensive coordinator job, didn't take it, stayed in Madison because he thought he was going to become the head coach. 2-yard stop. Hollins and Walker. 2-yard loss, 3rd down, nice. But you could see Jim Leonhard become the next defensive coordinator of the Packers. I also think he could be college head football coaching material, and he may go for a college job as well at some point. CJ talking about your Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, your Ramblin' Wreck. Nice job in competing against the number 1 ranked team in the country. More Jalen Hurts running. more Jalen Hurts just destructing that Packers defense. It's like you cover the receivers well. You keep, you do everything you're supposed to do, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Handoff up the middle. Goes for 3 yards on 1st and goal to the 3-yard line. John Jansen, unfortunately about the Phillies, I don't think I have been in there since the World Series or NLCS. We've missed you. We haven't done a huge amount, but we've missed you. Dick Tube saying that they thought Phil would stay at Cincinnati because they're going to the Big 12. Run up the middle. 6-0 Philly. Gainwell smashing. The Eagles did pretty much everything they wanted to do on that first drive. There was nothing they couldn't do. Nothing they could not do on that drive. Just destroyed. Just destroyed. Covering the spread. Now you know what really matters. Fantastic. And they add the extra point. It is 7-0. Philadelphia over the Packers. Not so good for Green Bay. It's what I was worried about. It is what I was concerned with. I'm using the live feed off the digital antenna with NBC here. It's a little bit here and there, not so great. So I'm going to probably have both that screen and the game up on delay on Sling to be able to monitor what's going on in case I miss a detail or two. So bear with me as we do that. Now, let me ask what you think. Do you think that the Packers, if they lose tonight's game, should move on? Oh, beautiful, TJ. I wish. I don't see it happening, but I wish. Do you think this should be Aaron Rodgers' last start as a Green Bay Packer? Should this be the last game that Aaron Rodgers starts with the Packers? Should the Packers, for example, trade him to a contender next year because it's going to take so long for this team to contend, and it gives Rodgers a shot at a title, and it's a mutually agreed move to give Rodgers what he wants, a chance to contend, because I don't think they're contending. I don't see them getting the pieces that they need to contend for the next couple of years at least, and that is the shelf life probably of Aaron Rodgers' career. Nick the Legend, I just have to tell you, if TJ Watt is who I think TJ Watt is, then I think stand-up comedy may actually be a good career for him. TJ, Rodgers is selfish, awful. His ego is too big. I don't think Rodgers is all selfish. I think too often he feels like he needs control of things. And he tries to take control of the offense from Matt LaFleur and doesn't allow Matt LaFleur's game plan to go in. If you're watching the NBC feed right now, you are watching the best sandwich in Philadelphia. It's not the cheesesteak. It is the Tommy DeNick's roast pork sandwich with sharp provolone and broccoli rabe. That was the first food we ate in Philadelphia when we first visited here in 2018 at Reading Terminal Market. Tommy DeNick's, the roast pork sandwich, better than any cheesesteak I've had here in town. It is insane. And I highly recommend any of you, if you're ever traveling to Philadelphia, to get it. Lights! We have lights! Green Bay grabbing the kickoff. Oh, get on it. A fumble and a slip. And down at the 10-yard line is Nixon. Oh, man. CJ, Aaron Rodgers should take Mr. Rogers' place in his show, LOL. You know what? In all honesty, I think he actually might be a good children's show host. Happy Hodag. I'll be honest, I have not worn my Aaron Rodgers jersey since the game in London. I still think he's the best pure passer the game's ever seen. When he's under center with the Packers, I still support him. But I think it's time to move on. Play action on number 1 on first down. Ooh. He was going downfield for Watson. Oh, man. The video snapped, so I didn't see exactly what happened perfectly. But that's why I've got the sling version of it. John Jansen, I think he actually had to run it. I don't know, maybe he didn't have to run it out if he fumbled it. But I think he thought that he had gone beyond the line. Now I'm watching the sling coverage. Oh, man, you got to catch that. You got to catch that, Watson. You have to catch that. CJ, to be completely frank, no, I don't. So you'd be able to give us the lowdown on him much better. But I've heard good things. I've heard good things. That's about all I know. Aaron Jones with a smash up the middle for 5 yards. It's going to set up 3rd and 5-ish. But yes, I have heard good things about Willie Fritz. Watching the replay on sling of that second down run. Misdirection opened things up for him. And he got right smack dab up the middle. 3rd and 5 now. Oh, they got a blitz on him. Oh, a nice escape. That pass tipped and intercepted. Oh, he wanted Lazard. And he threw it where he should not have thrown it. He threw it where he should not have thrown it. I want to see this replay. Here we are. He underthrew it. If he leads Lazard more to the right, yes, great interception by Josiah Scott. He underthrew Lazard to the right. If he gets that where it should have been, that's easily a first down catch. Easily. But it had to be in a pinpoint spot with Slay all over him. Great coverage by Slay. Give Philly credit. They're about to make this 14-zip. Oh, man. Yep. Philly's getting 5+ yards per carry on running back running downs. Not just the Hurt scrambles. Just running back running downs. Pickett better than Rodgers? I would say more than half of the NFL starting quarterbacks right now are better than the broken thumb Aaron Rodgers. Absolutely accurate with that one. 2nd down. And yes, a keeper. Yes, another first down. Yes, it hurts. This game could turn into what Colin Kaepernick did to the Packers 10 years ago in the playoffs when he gained 400 combined yards passing and running. This could be a bloodletting. Big congratulations. Big congratulations. He's going to remember that. And if I was Scott, I would hold on to that ball and someday find yourself in front of Rodgers and have him autograph it. Not tonight, but someday when the sting of the loss is gone. Up 13-0. Sanders on an option run. Yep. This is getting ugly. It's getting ugly, and it's getting ugly early. Very early. It's getting bad. This is what I was afraid of. This matchup, Jason Kelce doing what so few people can do to Kenny Clark, and that's own him. Jason Kelsey's one of the few centers that can do that. Extra point, good. 14-zip Philly. And the cheesesteak is still hot. Miles Sanders. My apologies on that. Why don't I said Bob Sanders? Think of the old Packers defensive coordinator. John Jansen. Green Bay hasn't run the ball a lot, according to Tom Grossi. They haven't run the ball a lot, according to anybody. Don't think they'll be able to tonight, being down quick 2 scores. You're facing Jones in fantasy. You're hoping not a lot of runs. That's true. Jones may also be their most reliable receiver. So you can see him a lot out of that. You could see a lot from that. I stand corrected. I missed that. Thank you. Trying to handle too much. Tis my life story, Nick the Legend. Tis my life story. If this was a normal game, Nick, I'd be like, that might make a difference because the Packers can come back and take the lead. I don't know if they're putting up 2 touchdowns tonight. I don't know if they're putting up 2 touchdowns. Joey Foster, thank you. Don't care about NFL football much. You want to stop in and show and help us out big time. By the way, you college football fans, Joey's a big part of Gold and Blue Dude. And today with the hiring of Luke Fickell at Wisconsin, I had a chance to be on his discussion with a number of different great college football YouTubers. Very knowledgeable fans. And we discussed that Luke Fickell hiring and so much more about college football. Go to the Gold and Blue Dude channel. As a matter of fact, we're going to pop that in the links here. Find that for you here. And we will have that discussion in our chat. So bear with me as I put that in. I'm doing a lot more YouTube than I expected to do today, but it was a blast to be on that show. Blast to be on that show. Putting that in the chat as we speak. Go check that out. Green Bay has got to score on this drive. I mean, must score on this drive. And I think they got to punch it in. Because otherwise this game's going to get out of hand ridiculously fast. Yep, there you see the ad for the supermarket that we go to, Acme. No relation to the... oh, nice return. As the signal goes out. Oh, boy. Okay, yeah, he did not give up a football. Packers ball there. But Acme is the supermarket we shop at here in Philadelphia. We're one of them. No relation to the company that provided Wile E. Coyote all his explosives in trying to kill the Roadrunner, which was also called Acme. Also no relation to the Acme Packers, which was one of the companies that sponsored the Green Bay Packers when they joined the National Football League. That's why they were called the Packers. It was the Acme Packing Company, along with what was called the Indian Packing Company at the time. So no relation, but yeah. All right, they're going with Aaron Jones. There you go. First down yardage. Go to the outside into Philly territory at the 49. That's better. That is better. Nick, you can tell I'm getting old, by the way, with all these mistakes in the last few minutes. I'm an old fart. Fear the Spear Rodgers. Go Knowles. Our college football friends all here in the room, which we love. And a run stuffing by Fletcher Cox. That man has been eating running backs for a living for a long, long time. He just won his individual battle to set up a 1-yard loss. That dude's a monster. And a good dude. Good dude. Life is fantastic. Life is fantastic. Exactly. Fletch. You have nobody left, John. Jones, Crosby, and then Taylor tomorrow night. Ooh. Tough spot. There you go, Jones. There you go. Getting in the red zone. The Acme Giants baseball team. I should know this, Joey, but it's not coming out. It's not coming into my brain. Watching the replay of this play action. Oh, great screen setup with Jones. Getting him in space. Getting him in space. He is almost as effective in the passing game as he is in the running game. You're right, Nick. It's also, though, the capability. Touchdown! Woo! Touchdown, Dillon. Touchdown, Bobby Dillon. Touchdown, Corey Dillon. Touchdown, A.J. Dillon. There you go. They got the matchups they wanted, blocking up the middle, and then he broke enough of a tackle at the goal line to get in. That has been the one weakness of the Eagles, stopping the run. The Packers suddenly have a smidge of hope in a game that I didn't think they were going to have much hope in. But they had to score this drive. Absolutely had to score this drive, or it gets ugly. It gets ugly. All right, 13-7. He's not down. They confirmed the touchdown. I don't blame you for feeling that way. Actually, he wouldn't even need to challenge it because the NFL always reviews scoring plays, no matter what. So it was confirmed to be a touchdown. It was a close play. I see why you're saying what you're saying. But that was a touchdown. Absolutely. Now, again, I'm not so sure it's going to make much difference. I see Philly winning this in a blowout. But that's the one shot the Packers have, is to run the ball. And they've got to run the ball so effectively that there's enough of an opening to get the play action pass game going. And that's how you're going to beat these great Philadelphia secondary defenders. You've got to make them think run so much that you can get receivers open. Oh, you dropped Dillon. Oh, I mean, with being the number 2 in a 2-back system, I could see why a lot of fantasy players would drop him. But absolutely. I see why. Why you wouldn't have him as your pick. So we are hoping to have another Packers fan expert join us tonight. Someone who was a writer for us back when I was with WTMJ Radio and WTMJ.com. Great Packers writer. We'll see if she comes on and joins the party. I'm not sure she's going to be able to because of her own travels back. I know Anthony, the kid, is on his way back with Anonymami from West Virginia, with my wife from West Virginia. So we expect him to join. Excuse me. And there is the picture that we just saw of Rodgers and Love sitting next to each other. If the Packers lose this game, I think Jordan Love should be starting the rest of the year, with one exception. Again, it's because I think they need to see what Jordan Love can do for you. Can he be your next starting quarterback? Because this team is not going to contend with Rodgers. They are not winning Super Bowls with Rodgers anymore. And I would rather see them give him a chance to win a title someplace else and start developing a quarterback for when they can rebuild this team. And when they can be contenders again, than to waste 2 years with Rodgers, and if Jordan Love's the guy, not have him play because you got Aaron Rodgers on the field, or not develop a draft pick if you decide that Jordan Love doesn't have it. Philly's got a first down at the 28. Again, running up the middle. Again, getting 5+ yards. It's a theme. The Packers can't stop this run game with Sanders. They can't stop this run game with Sanders. They can't stop the run game with Jalen Hurts. They will be better than most teams at being able to match up with the Eagles' great receiving core. Packers held Sanders to 3 yards there on second down, so it's 3rd and short. But, I mean, they could run Green Bay to death today. Happy Hodag, you're saying give Love a chance. Amen. Again, to reset things, 13-7, 5:38 left first quarter. 3rd and short. As I lose the signal there, we'll have to catch it on the sling. Let's catch things on the sling. And they rule it just short. Wow. They place it just short. That's an interesting call. Oh, I think from the overhead view, it looked like you got the first down, but you can't really see the ball. And because of how he had tucked the ball underneath to protect it in case there was the risk of a fumble, he couldn't reach out to extend the ball and get the first down and put the ball in danger of possibly getting into the Packers' hands. Oh, they're like a football length short. Do you go for it in your own territory? Tell me, do you go for it in your own territory? 4th and inches by the 30-ish yard line. Do you go for it? I think they are. And they can trust their running game enough to be able to get it with the way they've been performing. I think they can trust that. All right. I'm catching the live signal, which isn't working very well. I'm catching the sling signal. And they slam it up. Oh, 4th down. I don't know. If that yellow stripe is accurate, on the NBC broadcast, I think Green Bay's got the football. here. I see why you say that, Happy Hodag. I understand why they called it, but yeah. If you've got a play that's good enough, you run it. If you trust your guys, you run it. And Green Bay stacked 7 guys in between the tackles waiting for another sneak. That begs for misdirection. That begs for and they almost fumbled the ball. It was almost like they fumble-rooskied it. Oh, man. Dangerous. If they're going to put that many in the box, I play action pass that thing. I mean, that could be a touchdown. So what's the call? The Packers get the ball back. Wow. Woo. My coworkers down the hall at 94 WIP are going to be getting a lot of phone calls about that decision. A lot of phone calls. Scott. Hey, Michelle working tonight. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for stopping. We are on Packers and Eagles, and we are discussing and love your thoughts on this. If the Packers lose this game, should Aaron Rodgers, should this be his last start with the Packers, and should the Packers look at Jordan Love, their current backup, to see what he can do for them in the future? And should the Packers move on from Rodgers? I say yes, with one exception. I think it's a situation of they have to rebuild this team. And they can't rebuild the way they need to with that Rodgers salary and that salary cap number all over. So it's either a Rodgers retirement or what I think will probably happen, which would be a trade to a contending team. He ain't winning another Super Bowl with the Packers. They should give him a chance to go after another one and develop a quarterback where you can build other pieces around him, especially because that other quarterback would be making either a rookie quarterback salary or a Jordan Love quarterback salary, which will be a lot less than Rodgers. If you think Jordan Love can do the job and can fund other parts of that roster to fix the weaknesses that they have, which are many, to make them a contender again. The one exception about starting, if they know this is going to be Rodgers' last season with the Packers at the end of this regular season, let him start the last game. Let him start that last game against Detroit as a thank you. But this is going to be the last meaningful game of the Packers season, I think, in terms of any playoff hopes. They have to win tonight. Otherwise, forget any shot they've got of making the playoffs. Any shot that they have. Five minutes left in this first quarter. And I'm looking again at this replay. The snap from Kelsey did not work out very well. And Hurts and Sanders had to scramble just to get the football, let alone advance it over the line. Like Hurts wasn't ready. And the Packers are 38 yards from taking the lead. This I did not expect. Jones, smash up the middle just for a couple. It's like Philly knows what's coming. Philly anticipated that run play. And they got a D-line that can stack up anybody, even with Bakhtiari in the lineup. Even with a very hurt David Bakhtiari. Second down at the 35, 2nd and 8. Oh, Randall Cobb, you got to catch that. You get your hands on that, you're beating that linebacker, and you're gaining enough yards to at least make it 3rd and short, if not get a first down. Got to keep your hands on that. I know it wasn't a perfect throw, and that's on Rodgers with his thumb injury. They do, Coach's Magic. They do give Philly trouble. This ain't your uncle's Philadelphia Eagles. This is the most talented team, and I think maybe the best team in football that they're playing tonight. Similar call with Jones on 3rd down, and the Eagles know what's coming, and they stop you at the 33. Why are you calling that? Oh. I don't blame you, Nick. I don't blame you, Nick. And they're going for it on 4th. It's a slippery field. Not easy to kick the football in field goal range tonight. So I see why they're going for it. And the Packers are confused about the formations. Oh, my gosh. 5 wide. That's your reason, Nick, why they go for it. Because you got a play you can trust. You got a play call you can trust and players you can trust. That throw from Rodgers to Christian Watson. Exactly. 51-yarder. Even with the wind, that's really slippery turf after the rains we've had today. Scott, at least the Packers have a small chance of the playoffs. Yeah, that's true, but it's not a very good one. But if they lose tonight, that's it. Oh, man, please don't be dead, CJ. From that injury. I keep saying, just like Don Meredith said back in the day, the human body is not made to play football at any level. I'm not seeing what kind of injury this was. I'm missing it. Let's watch it. He took a hit to the shoulder, and he sort of just collapsed. Oh. This is not what I thought it was going to be. That's not good. He didn't have any direct helmet-to-helmet hit or anything like that. I don't know. And if Coach Sirianni's coming out, that's usually a different sign. Nick, from what you've seen this year, I haven't seen as many Eagles games. Have you seen Sirianni come out on the field during injuries like this? I'm looking up to see what I can find out. It didn't look like his head was hit. But this is not good. Oh man. I'm watching the Twitterverse for any information on it. Any possible information from any reporters who are there while we're in this break. Wow. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's any sort of a major, possibly a stinger. That makes sense, Coach's magic. Like it's some sort of nervous system injury or brain injury or anything like that based on what it looked like the contact was. But then it just looked like he just bowled over in pain and like in a semi-collapsing state. Okay, he's up. He's walking very gingerly with help. He's going to the medical tent. Yeah, you really hope he's okay. He's not going to the tent. He's going right off in a cart. This is serious. Okay, back to action. 1st and 10 at the 11. We don't need a touchdown to get the first down here, but I'm sure they'd love it. Play action. Love it. Okay. And the signal goes out. So I have to see the result on a different screen. Touchdown! Wow! I don't believe this. Randall Cobb. We'll see what happened on this replay. Oh, play action fake to clear out some space and a perfect throw. Perfect throw to Cobb after some darn good coverage there. Extra point. Signal goes out, so I got to wait on it. Is good. And the Packers have the lead. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. I could see that coach's magic. I could see that. The hit looked like it went along his side. Oh, man. I feel for him. Glad my Packers have the lead, but I feel for him. Oh, yeah. Scott had some darn good coverage, but Cobb had just a step, just a little bit of a step, and it was just enough. That's crazy. This is crazy. The Packers have this lead with 3:09 left in the first quarter. I had no thought. There you go, TJ. Now you got it right. That's going to be a touchback. If you saw the end zone shot of the touchdown pass from Rodgers to Cobb, the Eagles are advertising a very cool charitable effort they have. Eagles Autism Foundation. There's a family connection with the ownership of the Eagles to the battle against autism. They have a great yearly run, walk, and bike event. As the Packers just stuff Sanders on first down. I can't believe that. It's like this performance by the Packers offense has awoken this defense and given them some sort of energy level and performance level that they previously didn't have. Second down. Oh, that's easy pitch and catch. That's easy pitch and catch for the first down. They're right by midfield with A.J. Brown. Man. On a broken tackle that opened it up. All right, play action with Hurts over the middle. Gets about five. But there's a family connection that the Eagles have with autism. So the Eagles Autism Foundation, great charity. I'm going to throw that in the link here. Go check them out and be generous and donate. Absolutely. I don't think the Packers went out to injure CJ, not at all. In fact, I thought it looked like it was friendly fire that happened on that. Right now, I'd say Aaron Jones is your best player on the Green Bay Packers. The Eagles have 3rd and 2. Only a short distance. Thank you for that update. Savage has been very injury prone. First down and all the running room in the world for Jalen Hurts, and it's 1st and goal. This feels like the 2012 divisional playoff with what Colin Kaepernick did to the Packers that day, and Jalen Hurts could do the same darn thing. The Packers don't have an answer. They just don't. It's like if you don't keep proper outside contain with him, he escapes. But if you give him all day to throw the football, his receiving core is going to get open somewhere, and he's going to make a big play there. Darned if you do, darned if you don't. That's what makes the Eagles so good. And a timeout call by the Eagles with 13 seconds left in the first quarter. Whoa. That is surprising. Very surprising. Hurts is ridiculously quick. His history is being a winner, and they're going to win a Super Bowl with him. It's a question if it's going to be this year, but they're going to win a Super Bowl with him. Absolutely, they will. Thank you for the eyeballs, Nick. Thank you on that. I appreciate it. As I'm trying to manage 3 different things, I appreciate you seeing that. Oh, wow. They contained him to just a yard gain. Man. As we go to the second quarter, the Packers have some life here. I'm impressed. As you see William Penn on the top of City Hall. I couldn't tell if that drone had a look on Market Street or on Broad Street, but that is the center of Center City, Philadelphia, and a beautiful downtown area. So I can't wait to get back to. Tell us what you did for Thanksgiving during this break here in the second quarter. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you did for Thanksgiving, where you went, what you ate, and most importantly, what you're thankful for. Nick, the legend, they are going to get Jalen Hurts killed one day. That's the danger of running the football too much as a quarterback. Because as you're mentioning, Nick, if you have too many design quarterback runs, you could put the most important player on your team, your quarterback, in danger. There is a high price, as the old NFL films said by the great John Facenda, a quarterback pays a high price for running with the pros. Went to your grandmother's and you watched your niece most of the night. Block, 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 block. Yep, we are reporting. Great job, Nick. Thank you. Thank you very much. Happy Hodag. Mom's house for chicken on Thanksgiving. I'm seeing a big trend. Big trend. Not as many people having turkey on Thanksgiving. I didn't. I had some friends over here. We cooked Italian sausage, arancini, pasta. You the man. You are the man, Nick. Thank you. I agree with you. If the Eagles score, go for 2. Because if you miss here, you have time to make up for the mistake. If you punch it in here, go for 2. Oh, look at that. Wow. On that play, it looked like the face guard, the mouth guard for Hurts went out. Much safer run for the quarterback's life going with Sanders, and he punches it in to give Philly back the lead. Just clockwork offense by Philly. Clockwork offense. Looks like they are going for 1 here. They're deciding they're not going to go for 2 unless they absolutely have to. I'd make that decision earlier, but that's just me. As Elliott kicks towards the south end zone here in Philly. It's almost perfect. 34 points put up in this game in the first 15 minutes and 6 seconds. They're on pace to make this a college basketball game or like a Big 12 football game where there's absolutely no defense. They've put up 34 points in 15 minutes and 6 seconds. That's just crazy. But that's also the fact that you've got such a great offensive line. Such a great offensive line with Philadelphia. It's been their strength for years. If you miss the 2 points, you give the momentum back to the other team. There's a little bit of momentum when it comes to that. But momentum can change so often during a game. If it's early on, you have time to get that momentum back. I'm not as worried. And there is Aaron Rodgers' ugly haircut and his Jeopardy theme. Oh, man. Yeah, I think it's time for this. If the Packers lose this game, Aaron Rodgers needs to have this be his last start. And the Packers need to look at what they got with Jordan Love. They need to. But they seem to be competitive in this game. They actually seem to be competitive. All right. They've got Dillon in. 4 yards and a few inches. All right. A nice long drive would be really useful here. Philly's weakness so far this year has been run defense. They're vulnerable to what the Packers could do. Exactly. Jeopardy. Love it. Second and a little bit less than 6. Again, look to be in a run formation. First down yardage and about 7 yards more. Dillon making Edwards pay for that tackle. All right, don't have the sound up right now on NBC. Yeah, that was a collision with Christian Watson. But it looked to be nothing that was vicious at all on Watson's part. That's just what happens in the game. It's what happens in the game of football. As I check Twitter here for an update. 1st and 10. Oh, Raj, wide open, Tunyon. Wide open to the Philly 42. I did not expect the Packers to be able to have their way so far with the Philly defense, even in the passing game. Even in the passing game. There was no one within 5 yards of them. Around the NFL says it's a questionable for return. Appears to be a rib injury. I think he'd be done. Dillon pounding for 6 more yards. Dillon pounding for 6. Packers moving. Scott, appetizers, Parmesan cheese and summer sausage. Dogs, onion dip. Mozz and tomatoes. There you go. Let's go with the turkey. A little caprese salad action there. I like it. Yep, that was a rib injury, coach's magic. Philly's middle is a bit soft in the underbelly, and Dillon is getting the yards. They're turning to him. They're using the running backs in the passing game as well as on the ground. They're making it work. They're making it work. I have a window open here, and I'm hearing what I think is the presence of Anonymami and Anthony. The 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Man. Drop back pass. Picked. Second pick in like 17 minutes. Blankenship with that pick. Oh, you can't afford that. Rodgers telegraphed that throw, and he knows it. Rodgers led him. That was not Rodgers' fault of his thumb. That was Rodgers' fault with his decision-making. Against a great Eagles secondary, as you mentioned. Picks, baby. As you mentioned, Nick the Mod, Nick the Legend. As you mentioned. Hi, Sorgi family! The kid is here. The kid is bringing in luggage. If I was not in the middle of doing this live, do you need help with luggage? Okay. So they're letting me stay here as a thank you. Ha ha ha! Nick with the knowledge. That is cool for him. I can't stand it because it's against my Packers, but that's so cool. That is so cool. Someday they both need to find Rodgers years afterward and be like, our first career picks were off you. We have the balls right here. Will you sign them for us? I think that'd be a fantastic step to put in their mantle. I hope they kept the footballs just for that purpose. Don't do it tonight, but definitely do it. As a thank you to them being able to go take care of bringing all their stuff in from their travels. They've got dinner waiting upstairs. They're going to be waiting a little bit before they come down here because they need to test for COVID after they come in case one of them has it. That way they can isolate and I can be safe. But beyond that, they're home. TJ Watt. Rodrigo Blankenship is better. Is former Major League Baseball player Lance Blankenship better? That's what I want to know. No. A great moment for Reed Blankenship. And yes, they're showing the Rocky statue. Nick, you said earlier in a previous conversation that we had in the last week or so that, or like maybe it was 8 days ago when you were over here, that everyone thinks about, hey kid, that everyone thinks about when they think about Philly is the Rocky Steps, the Rocky statue, cheesesteaks, the Liberty Bell. And there's so much more to find out about this town. Absolutely. Go check out our series on Philadelphia, our Philadelphia playlist. You'll see a good amount of good stuff that we've discovered, both from stuff to do all the way to food. Great throw to Devontae Smith. Great throw to Devontae Smith. Tell Rodgers to stop throwing interceptions, please. If he was at the game, he might. There's the option run from the shotgun. Oh, masterful discussion. There you go, Anthony. Masterful discussion. No, but the great food options we got in Philadelphia. Go check out that Philadelphia playlist. As well as a lot of cool things to do. Matter of fact, I'm going to go find that list. Hurts, another one of those quarterback runs that you're begging Philadelphia not to call, Nick. But when you get that kind of success, you keep doing it. We got a flag. What's the call? What's the call? Yep. That just makes it worse. That just makes it worse. Unga bunga. Yep. Open field. Go towards the A's, Amos. They're going to call that every single time. Here's our Philadelphia playlist. Go check that out. Bookmark that after the game and watch it. Oh, man. 24 yards from the end zone. Robert Powell joining us. Rodgers might be a 49er next season. That makes sense. As I was saying earlier, I think this needs to possibly be Aaron Rodgers' last start with the Packers if they lose this game tonight. With the exception being, if they know that Rodgers is going to move on, get traded to another team, let him start his last regular season game in Green Bay. That would be it. He's going to go into the city and fight Adrian Amos. Do not ever touch Lane Johnson. I can understand the sentiment, especially going low. Going to have 3rd down and 8 coming up after an incompletion. You yourself are going to pick off Rodgers in the Super Bowl this year after he's traded to a contender, which really can't even do anymore. And yes, I could tell that was you, man. Could tell that was you. I didn't want to say it if it was necessarily, just to keep you anonymous if you wanted to be. But so good seeing you, AJ. We worked at a sports apparel store for years back in Milwaukee, where I got this Aaron Rodgers throwback 1929 Packers jersey when they wore those throwbacks in the 2009, 2010 season and beyond. Yep, just want to take care of your anonymity if you wanted. But AJ, so cool to see you in this chat. You got it, man. You got it. Exactly. 3rd and 8. Get to him. Up. They screened it. They screened it with Brown. Fumble! Go! Go, Walker! Go! Oh, my gosh! Keep going! Woo! In business! Wow! Is Walker hurt? I think he hurt himself on that return. Man. They are executing so well. So well. And to have the thought to gang tackle and strip the football. And then Walker, oh, yeah, I saw where it looked like he hurt his leg on that slick turf during the middle of that return. But when you got one guy holding up a tackler, you get the second guy to strip the football. And that's exactly what Walker was able to take advantage of. Looked like he started to limp when he was trying to cut back when Jalen Hurts tried to tackle him. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Nick. And I don't blame you, John, for that being a curse. And a touchdown! But a flag. Yep. Holding call. They're going to push him back. Come on, Jenkins. You got to do better. All right, let's see this. Yeah, that's a hold. But here's the thing. That was about 10 yards off the play. 9 times out of 10, if it's off the play, they're not going to call it as much. Now, you should call it every time, but usually most refs won't. So I can see a little controversy with that. And because it was 3 yards downfield, it's 1st and 17, 10 yards from the spot. And they run a naked tight end screen. What are you doing? What are you doing? In the spirit of the rules, AJ, in the spirit of how they call it, I see your point with it. But, yeah, that was a hold. That was an absolute hold. And when you're, like, literally wrestling him down like it's a WWE move, as he sort of did, I can see why they call that. 2nd and 20. Oh, man. Delivery as the signal goes out. Touchdown! Touchdown, Jones! And this time, no flag. This time, no flag. Woo! Using Jones in the passing game. Using the factor back, as Merrill Hodge used to say, in the passing game. And Jones was open. Wow. Jones was open. And a great move there. Great move. Oh, he missed the extra point. Ball game. That slick field is affecting injuries and is affecting the kicking game. It's affecting the kicking game. Sorry about your fantasy team, John. Yes, for real. Oh, TJ Watt would love to see you in a Packers uniform. I don't know if we'll have that trade after the season for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. Picture that. 1% chance of making the playoffs. Packers, 10%. Amen, Happy Hodag. Amen. Yes, TJ, come on over, Anthony says, while they're testing before he comes down. Yes, the miss gave you a big break. Big break. I still would have gone for 2 in that situation. I agreed with you. But by not going for 2 and getting that extra point, the Packers made up for it. It's a tie ball game in the second quarter. I don't believe this. I thought Philly was going to boat race these Packers. They're showing something. They are showing something tonight. I don't think it's enough to... I don't know if the Packers can hang like this for 60 minutes. But they're definitely showing something. I'm about to show you a vid from a great Philadelphia Eagles fan, great Philadelphia sports fan in general. His name is Monty G. The station I work for here in Philadelphia, KYW News Radio, they did a fantastic feature on him. This is Monty G's latest Eagles fan video. Go subscribe to his channel. He's a great dude. He had an incredible journey coming back from COVID-19 and suffering from long COVID. And a bunch of Eagles players helped him out and kept his spirits up in his battle, and he survived. Thank God for it. Go follow Monty G here on YouTube. You're not surprised. Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers at the end of the day. If you give him enough time, he'll pick you apart. I wouldn't think so with this receiving core. But tonight they're showing it because they're trusting the running game. You and Preston Smith. AJ, the problem is more to do with the offense. Defense is solid to you. The defense, I wouldn't say, has been solid all year. I think tonight they're getting gashed. They have the talent to be solid. They have the talent to do what's necessary. But they've been too inconsistent. I mean, you look at the Packers all season long. I mean, in the last 6 games, they've given up 27 or more points 4 times. And they're on pace to give up 50 right now. And the NFL scoring average this year has been around 21 points per game for a team. Pass completion to Sanders gets about 7.5 to set up second down. We're midway through the second quarter of this 20-all game. This defense has not been solid. When you're giving up 27-plus points a game 4 times in 6 games, you've got issues. I don't think that it's as big of a defensive talent issue, but I think there are holes to fill. But it's more overall performance, and that's in the defensive coordinator, Joe Barry. His days may be numbered. Second down. Hurts does not escape the pocket. Frozen screen. And he's down. There you go. There you go. That makes some sense. But also, they're just not getting the job done all season long. They did here on the sack. But yeah, okay. The poll that Anthony put together, 62 to 38%, that it's a yes after this week if the Packers lose. Packers win, you still have a chance at the playoffs. You got to play Rodgers. 3rd and 8. Can the rush keep him contained? This time it does. And he's got to throw the ball to the Delaware River. And they got to stop. Okay. I think they have to until the end of the regular season, AJ. But beyond that, who knows? And I think Jim Leonard could be your next Packers defensive coordinator. They offered him the job last time. He didn't take it because he thought he was the head coach in waiting in Madison. Nope. Got the punt, frozen screen. Okay, here we go. That's a bomber, goes out of bounds right about the 20-yard line. 18, they say. Oh, beautiful shot of City Hall with the Christmas market here in Philadelphia. That's a fun market. Go check that out. It is as cool as of a civic Christmas holiday market as you can. Rodgers got a better haircut. That might be a better sign of things. I love it. I love it. Okay. Everyone, comment. Grade Aaron Rodgers' haircuts this year. Mention the style and give it a grade. Tell us. Aaron Rodgers' haircuts. Tell us in the discussion. We are still waiting on Anthony's COVID test results that he's taken inside. I'm sure it's going to be negative, but they're doing the right thing and checking upstairs. So once that's done, he can come down and join the discussion. Man, I'm in shock that the Packers are playing so well. I am in shock. Happy shock, but shock. Because to me, this Philadelphia team, the way they started this year, like gangbusters. Absolute gangbusters. I'm like, they don't have a weakness. But they are susceptible to the running game. And Green Bay's got a good one. My guy, AJ, Robert, Bro, he came into the season looking like a dirty penguin with those haircuts. Oh, man. New poll question. Who wins tonight? Eagles, Packers, Team USA. I watch soccer. Well, I think if people are here, they're watching American football. But to paraphrase the line from the movie The Blues Brothers in one of my worst Southern accents, we like both kinds of football, country and Western. Go Team USA, and they've got to win tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday, I think it is. With a spot in the final 16 at stake. They've got to win. Must-win game. And what I loved, by the way, was that more people watched Team USA in that World Cup game against England than watched in England. More Americans watched than English. Doesn't mean we're a soccer country. It just means we're a bigger country. All right, first down run. There you go. Right to the first down marker. They can pile drive. They can pile drive. Team USA 2-1. I'll take that. And I think considering the way the Iranian government is acting, the Iranian government, especially how they're treating women, how they're treating anybody who protests what they're about. I mean, killing people who are protesting. Yeah, they need to destroy. They need to destroy Iran on the field. First down run. First down run. Send a message to Iran, by the way. Send it with protests on the field. Send it with what you're wearing clothing, tattoos on your skin, if you're Team USA, to support the Iranian people against that government. Enough of my soapbox. Enough of my political soapbox. Amen. Keep running the ball, keep their defense on the field, and then open up the passing lanes with a play action pass. That's how they beat Dallas. Play action right there. There you go. But Philly was ready. Philly was ready. They sacked Rodgers. The good news, his sack was a step up. It's only a 3-yard loss. Could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. Aaron Rodgers, that's one of the great things about him is how well he knows how to minimize damage in bad situations. When he gives up a sack, there's not too much. Here's the kid. Here's the kid.
Oh, negative.
Awesome. Missed you, buddy.
Missed you too.
Oh, man.
How's everyone doing tonight?
All right. May not hear us as well because we're using the computer microphone. Let us know if you can or can't hear us. Yes, Ndamukong Suh, Robert, or AJ.
Just got signed in the last week.
Yep.
By the Birds. Wow, I gotta be honest, I love those colors.
Oh, yeah, those are great uniforms. Great uniform combo, especially with the black helmet.
Oh, yeah. Good to see those alternate helmets.
I am a fan of it. 3rd and 5. Okay.
Right. Manageable.
Very manageable.
We've seen the Packers convert a 4th and 5.
You can still hear. Thank you. Yes. Anthony! And another sack. Fletcher Cox this time. Again, great pass rush. Philly's got it. They've had it for years. That's why they're a contender, among other reasons. Hey! Yes! He's here. He is here.
I am here indeed.
Awesome. Did you get dinner?
No, not yet.
We have dinner.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Would you like me to bring some down for you?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, we got a little bump into the kicker. I don't think that's going to be a penalty, but we got a bump into the kicker. Yes, Fletcher Cox is outstanding.
I don't have to say Nick, hi to Nick because Nick, Andrew, and I were already texting.
Fletcher Cox was one of our heroes when Philly took out the evil empire, the New England Patriots, in that Super Bowl.
And when they took out the Vikings in the NFC Championship.
Yes, they did. And they're our number 2 team since we moved to Philly. Yes, AJ, the Milwaukee flag in the background. You got it here in the Sorgi Story Studios in the palatial Sorgi estate here in Philly.
Earlier, I was watching the game and watching you stream through the flag in the window.
Oh, sweet.
I'm like, okay, what's happening?
Sweet. I'll be right back with your dinner.
All right. I'm going to scoot over so I can actually see the full TV. So, yeah.
Oh, I love that skyline.
I know. That's going to be one of the many bridges of Philadelphia that you might have seen. So, 2020, second quarter, 2:16 left before the half. Birds are at the green, or at their own 31-yard line, actually. Quick pass, it's going to be to Quez Watkins, he'll get a few yards. Now I'm watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, enjoy the game, and as always, go Pack Go. So, second down for the Birds now as we hit the 2-minute warning. How's everyone doing tonight? Obviously, as I put in the chat earlier, Packers have a big game here because if they lose, 5% chance of making the playoffs. So I can only imagine that the Packers are nervous. Packers have an outside shot. I wouldn't expect them to make the playoffs. Steelers have no shot. I mean, you're playing the Colts. The Colts have been good the last few weeks under Jeff Saturday. Eating the Colts. So, yeah. So I hope everyone's having a good evening. For those who don't know, I just got home from West Virginia with Mama Sorgi. Keep commenting. We are here on the break. I'm just going to go into the stats here. Aaron Rodgers, 9 for 13, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions so far. A.J. Dillon, 5 carries, 51 yards, 10.2 average, 1 touchdown. Aaron Jones, 6 carries, 26 yards, 4.3 average. And then receiving, only 5 guys have gotten the ball so far. Aaron Jones has been good, 3 receptions, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Christian Watson, 1 reception for 21 yards. Randall Cobb, 2 for 19 and a touchdown. Robert Tonyan, 2 for 14. A.J. Dillon, 1 for 8 so far. And on the defensive side of things, Justin Hollins has a sack. And, yeah. So those are your stats. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. On the Eagles side of things, since we are still on break, we're coming back now. Jalen Hurts passing is 7 for 11 with 59 yards. Rushing, he's 9 carries, 122 yards, 13.6 average. Miles Sanders, 11 carries, 51 yards, 4.6 average. Kenny Gainwell has a few yards, few carries, nothing too big there. Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown, Miles Sanders, Quez Watkins all had few receptions. And obviously Reed Blankenship and Josiah Scott with the interceptions. So now we're back. It's 3rd and 6 for the Birds after an incompletion with 1:56 left here in the second quarter. What the heck heck is this? No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
Fresh. And that's going to make up for the fact that A.J. Brown just moved the football into Packers territory at midfield. Oh, this was so good to have him back. So good to have him back.
I'm glad I'm back. I'm tired.
I bet.
Oh,
I'm sure you're not going to be staying super long during this vid.
Won't. I'll probably leave like midway through halftime.
Which I completely understand. Completely understand, kid.
I woke up from a nap. I napped twice in the car.
Nice. Yeah, driving through the West Virginia mountains and then driving from Baltimore through Baltimore and D.C. Gainwell with a catch on a first down play to set up a second down, goes out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yep.
I still can't believe they put up 40 points in this first half combined. I can't believe this. This is crazy.
Just the fact that the Packers are 20 points against the Eagles.
I know.
Is a shock.
I know. But they're like going point for point. This is bonkers.
I know.
All right.
Get him.
Oh, finally!
Preston Smith, Jonathan Ford there.
Finally! Getting to him. Clock stoppage on third down. And the Packers take the timeout this time. Because if they stop him here on third down, that gives them time with the football.
That's true.
That gives them time with the football to take the lead before halftime. And they get the kickoff for the second half, which is huge. It's huge. How are they?
Good.
Awesome. That's my grandmother's arancini, rice balls. I usually have danger of blowing up the entire house when I make them.
Very true.
But Reed with a big sack there. Okay, third down. Third down. In Philly territory, no less. 3rd and 14. They've got 6 guys on the line. Are they going to blitz? They're going to bring 5. Oh, good cutback by Smith. I don't think he got the first, though. 13 yards. They needed 14. They're under a minute. And it looks like they're lining up quickly on a 4th down.
Yeah, they should go for it.
Oh, but a Packers injury here. Oh.
It's going to be...
Oh.
Rashawn.
That looks like it's a wind knockdown type of thing.
Rashawn Gary. I think.
I'm showing the replay of Alexander giving Smith a cushion. And it was enough of a cushion where he wouldn't be able to get the first down yardage, even if he caught the football. It looked like the pass might have been tipped as well, and it delayed Smith from catching it. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I was about to say almost tipped. If not tipped, I can tell which.
Oh, man. It's not Rashawn.
Oh, yeah?
No.
I thought it said 52.
No, it's not. Oh, and the Packers are missing Devondre Campbell in this game. Big time. Best inside linebacker they've had arguably since Ray Nitschke.
Oh, bro, who is that? 58?
Yeah.
Is that going to be Jonathan Gardner?
Sounds right, I think.
Is he still even on the team? There have been so many
changeovers in this roster.
Especially in the linebacker core.
They're going on 4th.
Smart.
Yeah, you should be able to
against a Joe Barry
run
defense.
that football and get it.
When you're playing a Joe Barry defense.
They're in the bunch rugby formation. Yeah. That's a no-brainer. First down. And more, too much, but they're trying to strip the football from him. They tried to strip the football from him as they held him up 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. That way that they could get him. I'll be right back. Kid, it's all yours.
Alrighty, so first down for the Birds at the 35. Hurts runs and loses yards with now 24 seconds, but there is a flag. And it's going to be on the defense. And yeah, it's going to be on Rasul Douglas. They're going to call PI there. Obvious pass interference call. Held the shirt for a few seconds.
Sorry for grossing you out there, as I was with your mommy for the first time in about 3.5 days.
I was just paying attention. Rasul Douglas was just pulling on Smith's shirt, on his undershirt for a few seconds.
Okay. Oh, boy. Nice coverage, Alexander. Nice coverage.
Is that prosciutto?
That's prosciutto.
I can tell.
His favorite, maybe of any type of meat.
Oh, for sure.
Is prosciutto ham. It's like expensive ham. I usually only do it for like holidays and stuff like that. Brown shook him off, but Alexander was right there and the ball was thrown to his side.
I don't know what it is now, but you can get it for like $4 at Aldi.
$4, but it's not a pound.
That's true.
All right. They're popping end zone again. Oh, what an adjustment to the ball for a touchdown. What an adjustment by Watkins. Wow. That's just a great play. That's one that's super hard to guard. That's give you credit for a great play because the Packers defense that well.
Yeah. My score prediction on this was 41-13. Eagles would win.
Oh, wow.
So the Packers have already outdone my
expectations
for them in this game.
I know.
I had a feeling, I told Andrew, Nick and I's school friend earlier, I said to him on the phone, I said that I have a feeling it's going to be a really close game. But I still took the Eagles by a comfortable amount of points.
Yeah, Douglas had good coverage on him, but
really good coverage.
Hurts threw it in a spot where Douglas just couldn't get to. And it set up Watkins perfectly. It was like he saw that Watkins was going to have the step behind or ahead of Douglas, and so he threw it in that place.
Yep.
And that's why it's just a great play. Basically unguardable unless you're like a shutdown corner. Basically unguardable. So congratulations. All the credit in the world.
So as I said, I was taking a nap a little bit ago, so can you kind of catch me up on the game?
It's just been a scoring fest, and that's not just by the fact that you see it on the score. I want to say the Packers have had 5 offensive drives. 2 of them ended with Rodgers interceptions on bad throws. 3 of them ended with scores.
Okay. Yeah, because earlier, they said that, like, early when I woke up, I just knew it was 13-7 Eagles.
Yeah. And then when Philadelphia's had the football, Jalen Hurts has been a one-man yardage gaining machine.
Yeah.
With the running game.
I was looking at the stats earlier while you were gone.
I mean, I was comparing it to what Colin Kaepernick did to the Packers in the 2012 NFC Divisional Playoff when he gained like 400 total yards. The Packers are not going to try and gain yards and make a big play to end this first half and try and get into field goal range or pull a Hail Mary. They're just going to go into the locker room down 7, but with the football to start the second half.
I like that.
I mean, I'd rather they try and get points because the risk of, if you throw the Hail Mary, the risk is low of a turnover that can give them points.
Yep.
But Green Bay's in a game that I had no thought they were going to be in. What fans did you think the score was going to be? Give us what your score predictions were before you started this game. And be honest. Be honest. If you're going to tell me you think the Packers were going to win this game, you lied. You lying through your teeth.
You lied or you're psycho.
Yes, but
you lied or you're one of those people who thinks that the Packers are going to win out.
That's right.
People have said that to me before, so.
That's right. The Jets
Woo!
did in the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
What about it? Mike White. How about that?
Who's Mike White? I mean, there was a former college football coach named Mike White who was great.
Mike White is the Jets quarterback. They benched Jack Wilson for Mike White.
Exactly. Who's Mike White? That's my point.
Yeah.
But
I'm surprised they didn't start Flacco.
True.
The guy from Delaware. Unless he's injured, he might be. I don't know.
Nick the Legend's favorite, one of his favorites.
Oh, of course.
For absolutely good reasons.
From this area, so.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely good reasons. But, man, I just can't believe Green Bay's doing this well.
Yeah.
Now, I'll get your thoughts on this. This was what our extra topic of discussion.
Yeah.
If the Packers lose this game, should this be Aaron Rodgers' last start as a Green Bay Packer?
Yes.
I agree with you, but tell me why.
Because he's old.
Okay.
And he's uncoachable.
He's been uncoachable often this year.
And I think that because of that, I've told you this, and I'll tell people this. Number one, try to trade him. If no one takes, cut him.
Okay. The devil's advocate says that you're going to get a big salary cap hit and a dead cap hit if you let him go.
And
you're also going to have the same hit if you keep him.
Yeah. And I'd rather let him go and get that ego out of the locker room.
Okay.
And I also want to see Jordan. If Packers lose this game, I want to see Jordan Love in here, see what he's got.
I had heard the discussion today about at least sit Rodgers after this game and see what you have with Love, but don't automatically just get rid of Rodgers. I see the argument behind that. If the Packers were a contending team and were the kind of team that in the next year or two you think will compete for a championship, you keep Rodgers. I see the logic behind it. This is not a contending team roster. There are too many holes. There are too many issues with this Packers roster that need to be solved before you can say this team is ready to win a Super Bowl. That's why I didn't think the Packers were either going to get a top-flight wide receiver as a free agent or even should go after one. Because they weren't going to get it.
Because there also weren't that many top-flight wide receivers.
That too. But
we had to settle for Sammy Watkins.
But I'm also seeing trade deadline too.
Oh, yeah. We tried. We offered a first for DJ Moore.
Yeah.
And a third for Chase Claypool. Third or second, one of the two for Chase Claypool.
But I think this team has too many weaknesses to be, okay, they're a championship caliber team.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're going to be for a couple of years. And I would rather use those years starting to develop and give experience to a younger quarterback who can do something. If it's Jordan Love or if it's someone that you draft, to give them experience.
What about Danny Eatling?
Huh?
Third string quarterback, Danny Eatling. Oh, I had to go there.
Kid.
I had to go there.
But a draft pick or Jordan Love to give them time to develop, really gain a good foothold in the system, and have these young receivers work with him and become a unit as an offense that in a couple of years can become extremely dangerous. Then have Aaron Rodgers quarterbacking probably his last 2 years as a Green Bay Packer because of the length of his contract and his last 2 years in pro football. I would rather give Rodgers the chance to go win a championship someplace else and put the Packers in position to sooner because you've developed that quarterback to sooner become a contender again.
Yeah, have fun in back home in San Francisco, Aaron.
Sure. Let him go back home. Let him go back home.
He's probably tired of the Niners beating us in the playoffs anyway, so, you know.
I mean, go to a team that needs a quarterback or Denver.
Denver don't need a quarterback.
Russell Wilson's not playing well.
Russ Cooks. How about those high knees?
Yeah, not much there. Oh, my gosh, the way that the Raiders won that game against Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh, that long touchdown run.
Yeah, I was in the car. I'm like, okay, let's look at some scores. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Raiders, for winning. Because Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs are both on my fantasy team.
Yeah, but San Francisco, 7-4. They're a contending team right now.
Yeah, but they want
you see what their defense. They haven't given up a point in 4 games in the second half.
But they want to get rid of Jimmy G.
Rodgers goes there. Instant improvement.
Uh-huh. Rodgers with Debo, Brandon Ayuk, and Juwan Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, trade him for some sort of pick or combination of picks.
That's the only problem with San Francisco is we'd have to get a 2024 pick.
Yeah.
Because they don't have first-round picks because they spent all their first-round picks on I forget what.
That's fine. Give us your 2 best picks in 2024 for Aaron Rodgers.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Develop your team. Develop your team. I would do that in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. Packers 11th in the hunt. Below Detroit.
Well, they're tied with Detroit, but they lost. But they're down by a tiebreaker.
And
if you see on NBC right now, you see the Aramark building? Our studios are in that building right there. You can see our studios, those blue screens. That's where I work.
KYW's not.
KYW News Radio.
But what I was saying is how I forget I'm tired.
It's okay.
And I'm actually gonna head upstairs.
Yeah, you're gonna be hitting the hay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the rest of this tomorrow because I'm full.
Okay. Yeah.
I had a lot. I ate in the car.
Okay.
It was good though.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh. All right.
All right. I will see you in the morning, buddy.
Love you.
Take you to school. I love you. Love you, kiddo.
See y'all later. Go Pack, go.
Woo. And after tonight, fly Eagles fly, because we're with them.
Oh, and go Luke Fickle.
That too. We put a link on a discussion of that I had on the Golden Blue Dew channel about the hiring of Luke Fickle at Wisconsin. Go check that out. And later on after tonight, I'm going to be joining the Voice of College Football and his YouTube channel to discuss the hiring of Luke Fickle at Wisconsin. Yes, great channel. Thank you, Scott. Packers and Lions still better than Chicago. Get a good night's sleep. Sweet dreams, Anthony. You got yourself a quarterback, though, in Justin Fields. Get talent around him. That's going to be a dangerous team. Dangerous team. I'm going to be up for these conversations tonight. I'm going to need some more of this coffee. I don't want to be up too late, but I'm going to need that coffee. 7 touchdowns in a half. That's just bonkers. That's just crazy bonkers. I had no thought that could be reality. No thought that could be reality in this game. No way. No way. We did not have any sort of Gracia rate tonight. That's okay. That's okay. Stat Sheet Sports, fellow Packers fan, heading to bed. Thank you. Thank you for popping in. Great channel to check out as well for college football content and more. Go check them out. Amen. Go Team USA. By far. I'm explaining the reasons why I think they really need to send a message. And not just on the field, but in other ways with what's happening Iranian society. But yeah, that's good stuff. That is good stuff what Team USA is doing. I think they're going to make the round of 16, and then it's just a crapshoot, just matchups. And they proved they can play with top flight teams like England. England's good enough. They're talented enough to win the whole darn thing. And the USA outplayed them. You could argue they should have won that game. CJ, back again. Thank you. You missed the kid. You missed the kid. Man. Yeah, he came back, sat with us for the second quarter, for a chunk of the second quarter, most of halftime. And now he's gone off to bed because he's got school tomorrow. I'm going to be taking him on very, very little sleep. But taking him to school and then doing some stuff. The kid. I said the kid. I said the kid. Though he is a kick of fun. He is absolutely a kick of fun. As I check out the socials. Oh, man. Go check out the channel, Stephen and Andy. Saw a great video of theirs today. They are a fantastic travel channel. They went and swam with sea lions in the Galapagos Islands. Yes, CJ. Anthony is our son. Go check out that video of Stephen and Andy's that we just sent in the link. They went and checked out the Galapagos Islands. Sadly, they did not find the relatives of the Philly Fanatic. But go check them out anyway. Go check them out anyway. 27-20, we're about to get to the third quarter. And the highway that they're seeing right now, can't tell past the graphic. It looks like it's the Schuylkill, but I can't tell. I think that's the Schuylkill Expressway and the Schuylkill River as you're heading towards Center City. Beautiful view. Beautiful skyline here in Philadelphia. Love the city we moved to. Even though I'm rooting for the Packers, which are my hometown team, I'm with Eagles. I'm with you all the rest of the way. No, we don't, CJ. We don't. I never really have a chance to watch any primetime television because I'm always working nights. I work for KYWD's radio during the evenings. Packers with the kickoff. There's Nixon. Get through the hole, baby. Way to get a big gain to the 47.5. That makes up for your mistake earlier. There you go. I am not able to hear Melissa Stark's conversation with Matt LaFleur. So I'm pretending that they're discussing the best cheesesteak in Philadelphia. My favorites are D'Alessandro's in the northwest part of the city. Up in Roxborough, nearby, you got Barry's. They've got a great prosciutto cheesesteak that I didn't get a chance to try, but I had the 5-cheese cheesesteak, their Italian cheesesteak. So good. You want to pitch out with Jones to start off the half. 2 yards. Ain't going to be much. This Philly defense can swarm. Oh, it looked like Jones's necklace broke. Did I just see Fletcher Cox handing him his necklace? I think I did. I think Jones's necklace broke, and Fletcher Cox handed it to him, and one of his teammates came to grab the necklace to bring it back to the sidelines. Hopefully it's not like one of those lucky things that if a player thinks it's lucky, affects his mind a bit. The fog is coming in a little bit as they run a sweep with Jones. Well diagnosed for just a yard. Blankenship, who gained his first interception of his career on Rodgers, as Rodgers threw 2 picks. It looks like a little bit of fog is coming over, unless those were fireworks that we saw earlier. Yeah, there's some fog coming in. That could make the running game even more important. 3rd and 7 at midfield. All right. Pocket collapse. And he gets smushed. He gets smushed hard. And he ain't super healthy. Reddick getting in there for the sack. It looks like Rodgers' hand got a little bit hurt. Even more than his broken thumb already is. Because it looked like Reddick grabbed towards the football and didn't get the football, but hurt his already hurt hand. It's not good. All right, punt. Bounces and goes to the 14. Valentine grabbing it. Now it's like I'm feeling the hope that I shouldn't be feeling with this game, because I wasn't expecting the Packers to be in it. You're voting for USA? Nice. I'd love, obviously, for the Packers to be it, but yeah, I'll take Team USA win. I was not expecting the Packers to be in this game. I know it's the 10th time I've said this, but there's just no way. There's just no way that I would think it'd be realistic. But they're proving that they belong. They're proving they belong in this game. I give credit. I give credit where credit's due. Doing a great job. They're playing their rear end off. Man. Since we were discussing cheesesteaks earlier, I also recommend, and I mentioned this on the Packers Instagram account, prediction, yes. I see 2-0, 2-1 in that range. But I mentioned this on the Packers Twitter when they were showing the Aaron Jones wearing the Lower Marion Kobe Bryant High School jersey. Go get Kobe's favorite cheesesteak, Larry's, on the St. Joseph's University campus. It's the Kobe Bryant cheesesteak. Cheesesteak with melted American, a little bit of mayo, and onions. Magnifique. Really good. Really good cheesesteak. I also recommend Jim's. They recently had a major fire. And so they're still trying to recover from that. And it's taken a while. But Jim's is going to come back. And they make outstanding cheesesteaks. Outstanding cheesesteaks. Don't go to Pat's, and especially don't go to Geno's. From the reviews I've had. I've had Pat's. Haven't had Geno's. I'm told it's even worse. Yeah, you're seeing the graphics that show that the Packers can't stop the run. That's why Jalen Hurts has been so incredible at running the football against the Packers. They've given up 295 yards in the first half of total offense. That's putrid. 295 yards, 27 points. That's pathetic. That's fire Joe Barry bad. I'm not saying they automatically should fire him. He's got work that he can still do to try and improve that defense. But it's sorry. It's sorry bad. You mentioned it, John. They've got to win this game against Iran, and Iran is no slouch. I think they will win, but it ain't going to be easy. They cannot underestimate Iran. And some misdirection there with Sanders. First down along the sidelines. Quality gain again. The Packers' run defense getting gashed. Just getting gashed. Just getting crushed. Already 183 yards on the ground for Philadelphia. 183 on the ground. You can't beat anybody for doing that. And then a 9-yard gain up the middle. This run defense is Swiss cheese, people. Yeah, I think it's a combination truly now of both talent and coaching deficiencies. Both. This defense needs fixing in many areas. The Packers wide receiving core needs additional pieces. The offensive line needs additional pieces. And Sanders goes big down to the 28 of Green Bay. They're now over 200 yards on the ground. Philly could put a 300 burger with ground numbers in the Packers tonight. They easily could. It's just pathetic. But the Packers overall have too many weaknesses to really be a contending team. To say that they're a team that can win a Super Bowl. Which is why I think this, if the Packers lose this game, this should be Aaron Rodgers' last game. At least the last start for the Packers. With the exception of, if they know that this is going to be it, they let Rodgers start the last one. Just as a thank you to the fans. But they got to find out what they got with Jordan Love. They've got to find out what they have with Jordan Love. Running the ball himself is Hurts for a first down to the 17. Signal goes out for a second. And we're waiting. We're waiting. 18-yard line. They've run the ball for 69 yards on this drive. Take him to the women's volleyball match, a Marquette match. They're in the tournament. Wisconsin's going to be in the tournament. Absolutely. And a great diagnosis of a wide receiver screen pass or tight end screen pass out to the 20-yard line to make it 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13. Yeah, the Midwest has suddenly become a hotbed for women's volleyball, which I find crazy. They never were. That they are. Wisconsin is the defending champion. And I think that's absolutely awesome. It proves Wisconsin can do great things with their athletic program, and which why I think they needed to make the kind of move they made today with Luke Fickell as their head coach. All right, it's going to be 3rd down and about 7. Your 5 seed. Nice. If I was a college student, I'd play. Oh, man. Is that a catch? Is that a catch by Smith? Oh, I hit the ground. It's an incompletion. 3rd and 12. Yeah, I would take a scholarship in Atlanta. I'd take a scholarship. 3rd and 12. Only rushing 4, and they're throwing. Oh, first down catch inside the 5. You had Smith covered, and you let him make the play. Oh, this defense. Now, Philly is an offensive machine. Philly is an offensive machine. But you just can't let this happen. You can't let this happen. A run down to the 1-yard line with Watkins. Walker preventing the touchdown. But, I mean, this is just clockwork by this Eagles offense. I mean, we're almost halfway through the third quarter. They got two guys who've run for over 100 yards. I mean, they're close to 400 yards total offense already. It's just bonkers. You got an injured Packer. Oh, yeah. Alexander diagnosing the play on that first down catch. It was good play design, which could free up Smith in that situation, who was isolated on a linebacker. But you had three guys in that neighborhood. They should have stopped him before that first down. Man. Second and goal. And Philly, we've seen tonight, loves to run that rugby formation. That rugby scrum formation. And just pile up the middle. And they can do it because Green Bay doesn't have the run stoppers. They just don't. Is that what they're running here? Is that what they're running? And a flag. Okay. That's going to be on Philly. False start. Okay. Okay. Man. When you allow a defense through 2.5 quarters to run the ball for 256 yards, 256 yards on you, you can't win. You can't win in this league. Hurts, easy money. Easy money, A.J. Brown. You ain't guarding that. That's, again, just great play design to a receiver who the Packers just can't cover in that circumstance. Just can't cover. And Philly is just an offensive machine. They are an offensive machine. Yeah, Douglas isn't going to successfully cover that play. That's just incredible. That's just incredible. 34-20. Raven C, I wish you were right. Raven C, I would love for that to be right. But he hasn't been right with all his decisions in this game. And I don't think the Packers defense can stop Philadelphia. They put up 5 touchdowns in the Packers in 2.5 quarters. They're on pace to put up 55 points. The Packers ain't putting up 55 tonight. It's ridiculous. It's off the charts. 7.4 yards per offensive play. 256 on the ground. 5 of 9 on third down efficiency. And they've had the ball 52 plays to the Packers 30. I mean, they're asking for it. The Packers are, it's just too much. Got to keep Hope LOL. You got to cause turnovers is what you got to do against the most arguably versatile offense in football. you've got to cause turnovers. And that means, especially when they're running the football so much, stripping the ball. They can't even tackle these guys, let alone strip them of the football. I mean, this is dangerous. This is a dangerously great offense Philadelphia has. I mean, the fact that I'm here and I'm still watching this game means I always have some modicum of hope. But it's just not looking good. Can the Packers put up 5 touchdowns in the next 22 minutes of football? Not with their receiving core. Not with that receiving core. This is why, again, I keep saying, if the Packers lose this game, I think this maybe ought to be Aaron Rodgers' last start as a Packer, with the exception of the last regular season game of the year, because I think that's going to be it for his career in Green Bay, and they should give him one more game as a thank you to the fans. There you go, seeing the love statue here in Philly. That was one of the first things we saw when we came here on our visit in 2018 to see the Brewers play the Phillies. That and the Art Museum and the Rocky Steps. The kid wanted to do that, so we did it. And they're going to have to return again with Nixon. They need a big return here. Got a decent one to the 26. Oh, man. The weight of the world right now and the weight of the Packers' entire possibilities of making the playoffs is right now on Aaron Rodgers' shoulders. And now I'm seeing where Reddick's hand went right into that injured thumb, or Reddick's head, like he smushed his head right into the injured thumb of Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what kind of ability to throw the football that he's got left in him. Throws a nice short one to Watson. 11-yard first down. Okay. Easy pitch and catch. That's okay. Build a rhythm. Build a confidence among this team. You got a flag after that. I think you're going to have some targeting. And Rodgers looks like he's playing hurt. He is playing with that thumb a ton. All right. Unnecessary roughness. There you go. There you go. Okay. All right. Tell us, all of you who are watching, who right now would you say is the best team in pro football? Put it in the chat. Tell us what you think. Now under 7 minutes in the third. They run it again. And Joe and Dylan is just slapped by Edwards. Oh, it's Rodgers. Oh, and he's that replay from the sidelines, like he got hit in the ribs. Yeah, he's playing hurt. He's playing hurt. You're seeing some owies in his reactions in between plays. He is not healthy. Dylan, there you go. First down. All right. All right. There you go. Better. That's better. Man. They have to put points up on this drive. They got to get in the end zone with every drive remaining. It's mandatory. They run the sweep with Dylan. 2-yard gain, but usually the sweep doesn't work that well in the NFL because linebackers and even linemen are too mobile for the rest of these lines to really be able to, the offensive line to be able to contain all of them. But That holding call on Joseph helps the Packers. Nice. Defensive holding. I'm not so sure I saw that. Did I miss where it was? Did I miss that? First and 10 at the 31. Just let your ground gainers gain ground. Philly has some trouble stopping the run, too. Get the 70 yards. Keep moving the chains. Keep moving the chains. Keep that Philly offense off the field. That's good stuff. Under 5 minutes. Oh, they're seeing the cute twins of Ndamukong Suh. Dirtiest player in the NFL the last 20 years. Aaron Rodgers. Was it Rodgers' arm or who? No. Packers. Evan Dietrich Smith's arm can attest to how dirty Ndamukong Suh is. First down gain on the pass to Dillon. Get your running backs in the passing game. There you go. Keep that defense guessing. Keep that Philly defense guessing. And they're running simple plays that Rodgers can execute while he's in pain. You're not asking him to do too much. It's a keep it simple offense right now. Philly knows it, and I think they're bunching up and not expecting him to go deep. So they've got to run a lot of misdirection right now to make them try and cover so much of the field. Short throw, drop with Dillon, that's okay. That's okay that he dropped it because he was 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and that was going to be 2nd and 14 if he catches it instead of 2nd and 10. Man. Yeah, that was a bad. That could have been ruled a backwards lateral. That easily could have been. But even on that throw, Rodgers is grimacing. I don't know if it was grimacing because of the bad play or because of his pain. Again, the run. Oh, Aaron Jones did a great job of turning nothing into 6 yards there. Because, I mean, Philly diagnosed that sweep so easily. So easily. But that's the beauty of Aaron Jones. He can turn nothing into 5 yards plus. He can turn 3 yards into 10. He can make great plays for you. As the signal goes out of the live broadcast, watching the sling replay as we're waiting for the NBC feed to come back. Okay, 3rd and 4. Oh, man. Didn't get the first, only got 1.5 yards. But this is 4 down territory right now for the Packers. This is 4 down territory. I think you got to go for it. You've got to go for this. You've got to go for it. You can't be getting field goals with the way Philly's moving the ball. You have to score a touchdown here. You're doing the right thing. Or you at least have to get the first down here. You're doing the right thing and going for it. And do we have a false start? Do we have a false start? Oh, Yash Nyman. That was so bad, I'm going to call you Nijman. So bad. And so now it's going to stay a 2-score game. You can't do this. You cost your team 4 points, Yash. You cost your team 4 points. It's just unconscionable. Just unconscionable. 23 on the board, 34-23. Oh, is Rodgers going to the locker room? Is that Rodgers going in the locker room? Feed just went out again. I think we may be seeing Jordan Love faster than we thought we were. I think we're going to be seeing Jordan Love faster than we thought. That may be it for Aaron Rodgers tonight. Maybe. He is a fighter. He's the kind of quarterback that would want to keep going no matter what. But yeah, we're seeing Jordan Love coming. Yeah, Rodgers can't be effective right now. And if he was healthy, if he was able to throw the football like he normally can, I think they'd go for it on that 4th and 8 play. But they couldn't go for it in that spot if Aaron Rodgers can't throw the football properly. Yeah. I think this is the last you should see of Aaron Rodgers this year if the Packers lose this game. And I frankly think it may be the last game he ever plays in a Packers uniform. At least, unless you count maybe the last regular season game of the year, just to give him a chance to say goodbye. I'm absolutely okay with the Packers talking to him even at this point later on in the year and saying, this is it. Either you retire or we trade you. We have to move forward. And we know that we have to move forward, but we're going to give you one last game with the fans. If the Packers are out of the playoff race, we're going to give that last game against Detroit in Green Bay to have your goodbye. I mean, heck, if you know this is going to be it this year, and he's on the roster and you're in that situation, and you know that you need to move forward, hold Aaron Rodgers Day. Retire his number that day. Put up a statue of that Super Bowl win somewhere around Lambeau Field. Have his day. Give him his deserved credit. Create a scholarship fund of his name. I mean, donate $2 million or something like that for causes he cares about. Kickoff return down to the 27-yard line. But you got to move forward for the Green Bay Packers. I think you don't have a roster that's going to be going to a Super Bowl anytime soon. This has got to be it. This might be his last hurrah as a Packer. Oh, I saw this Philly fan in the first row clapping as Rodgers was grimacing. I'm not going to automatically say that she was grimacing at Rodgers or that she was clapping because Rodgers was grimacing, as Hurts gets another 7-yard run on first down. But, man, now we're going to see what Jordan Love's made of. We are going to see what Jordan Love is made of. Don't expect much. He hasn't played all year. He's got to get himself in a groove. And there's Jalen Hurts running for more to the 42 for a first down. Dude's got 146 yards unofficially on the ground. He's with 146 on the ground, 146 through the air. Or 145 technically. But he's already got 291. This is unbelievable. This Packers team cannot stop the run or anything. Anything. Easy pitch and catch for a first down gain of about 6 yards with Sanders before going out of bounds. Wow. Yeah. And by the way, I love those Eagles uniforms. I love the all black Eagles uniforms. 2nd and 4 after 47. Oh my gosh. Our Hurts drop back. And he escapes 2 sacks. Smartly throws the ball out of bounds to salvage a 3rd and 4. That's what Hurts' escapability is allowed to do. That's what he can do. As we're watching videos of bad singing by the Eagles, probably for a great charitable cause, as we head to the 4th quarter. Green Bay must make a stop on this drive. They have to make a stop on this drive for them to have any chance. Because Green Bay may get 3 drives this 4th quarter. Jordan Love ain't leading them to 3 scores. He's not Aaron Rodgers. But I think they need to play him now. 1, because of Rodgers' injury. And 2, because they need to see what they got in him. Contract situation. They're going to have to invest money in Jordan Love. Veteran money to keep him. If they want it. So they have to know now what they've got. They have to know what they have in Love. So that's why, yeah, I think they need to play him anyway, in many ways. Man, this hurts. It hurts to think that we are finally at this juncture where we have to say goodbye to Aaron Rodgers. But I think it's necessary. Hey, Bet. The baseball road tripper. Awesome seeing you here, Tony Voda. NFC North is the AL Central of football. Even if a team runs away with it, you don't see them winning a championship. Truth. You live up in Minnesota. You've seen the Vikings struggle these last couple of games. I didn't see what they did today. They didn't play today? Yeah, they played Thursday. That's right. They dominated New England. But what they did against Dallas, wow. That was shocking. That was shocking. I love that Philly skyline. I was driving back with a friend after Thanksgiving, dropping them off, and that skyline's just beautiful. Underrated, like Philadelphia is, as a city. Watkins with a wide receiver handoff and a run, easily for a 1st down. I mean, the Eagles are putting on a clinic for how to run the football in the National Football League. They are putting on an absolute clinic. And yes, it starts up front. And they are creating gaping holes. Jason Kelce, maybe his last year. Maybe his last year in the NFL. And he's pounding people. That, you're correct. You're absolutely correct. Hurts right now is better than Rodgers. I think half the NFL is better than Rodgers right now. Half the NFL starting quarterbacks. 2nd and 10 situation for Philly. I always find it funny as I'm looking at in the huddle, and you've got the snapped open and close wrist set up with all the plays listed. Imagine if a player just rips that off. The defensive player rips it off and steals it. That'd be crazy. Sanders gaining 4 yards. 3rd and 6. I mean, Jalen Hurts is getting 297 total yards, 25 throws, and 13 runs. Just maniacal. Is there any way Baseball Road Tripper asks the Packers ride with Rodgers in 2023, seeing how his stock is at the lowest point probably of his career? 3rd and 7, they stop the Packers. Packers stop the run, create a 4th and short. Do they go for it? I don't know. But seeing how his stock is at an all-time low, kind of sucks for the Packers to be in a trade situation right now. They run the football, and it looks like they get that first down pretty easily. Yeah. It depends upon Rodgers' injury situation in the offseason. He may be too banged up to be the guy. At the same time, he's still got it when he's healthy. I think it makes better sense to trade him to a contender and get picks. Get some young talent, get picks. Maybe your quarterback of the future if it's not Jordan Love. And you could still get at least a first rounder. How did Badger Kid Science Project go? I'm going to have to double check. With the kid, he's in bed right now. Packers going to draft Stetson Bennett. Interesting type of thing. As upstairs, Anonymami is getting ready to shut down the house and get to bed herself. It was so good to finally see her after 3 days with the kid and Anonymami back in West Virginia for Thanksgiving. I had to stay because of the COVID situation. None of us had it. We're all healthy. But a COVID situation put me in a spot where I had to stay here in Philly. So it was so good to see her, even just for a smidge. But yeah, if I'm the Packers, I have the conversation with Rodgers after this injury, whatever it is. And I think we sit him down and we're like, listen, we know we can't expect to be a contending team. And we don't anticipate the regular length of your contract. And your contract hamstrings us to have the capability to get the talent. One word, Baseball Road Tripper. Never. Never. Never, ever, 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 ever. I see where you're going with it. I think if the Packers were to trade in the division, that's a load of first-round draft picks that the Vikings would have to give up. And they're not going to be willing to do that. Oh, Brett Favre 2.0. This fan base would never be willing to let that happen again. But I think he does get traded to another franchise outside the division. Bet, did they bring back leftovers? I didn't need leftovers. I made some great food. I made great Italian food, Italian sausage, fresh pasta. Oh, big run by the Eagles. Big run by the Eagles. Yeah. Oh, that was ugly. That was ugly. Oh, that Philadelphia line is creating just nutso holes. Swift blew through there. Exactly. Packers traded far to the Jets in 2008, and then a year later, as a free agent, the Vikings grabbed him. And Jair Alexander's injured. Human body's not made to play football, people. It's just simply not. Simply ridiculous. You've got human missiles going at each other who are 250 plus pounds and can run. Scott, yeah. Bo Scott, an accidental slam in Alexander, and he's hurt. Hello. That is a fun fact. That's awesome. Baseball Road Tripper, would you like to join the live conversation? Oh, man, you went there. Oh, you went there, Bet. You went there. Adventures of Scott and Michelle. Hey, back again. Is this Michelle? I think it is. We already saw Scott earlier. Man. If you want in, here's a little info. Find you here. Go check the Twitters. Oh, you can't? Okay. Sorry, I just sent you. It's possible the kid's been watching you. I've been watching a whole lot of YouTube, admittedly. So I don't know. Typically, I don't watch as much YouTube as I used to. And that's one of the reasons we haven't been posting as many videos, because I haven't been able to watch other people's videos. I want to be fair to people about that. So it's possible the kid might have, but I personally didn't get the chance to. Man, I love this college football weekend. Great college football weekend. I put up a link to the discussion that I had on Golden Blue Dude with some great college football fans who analyze sport really well, talking about the hiring of Luke Fickell at Wisconsin, which I think is a masterful hiring. Badger kid wouldn't survive a minute in Tuscaloosa. Possibly. But now the Badgers have a coach that, at least in Madison, Wisconsin could beat the Crimson Tide. Not saying on a neutral site, not saying in Tuscaloosa, but in Madison they could. Possible touchdown pass, throw right off the hands of Smith. 2nd and 10, early fourth quarter, 12:08 left. And Alexander, thankfully for the Packers, back in this game. Oh, do they need him? Philly's just too good. Philly is too good and too balanced. Too good in everything. They have very few weaknesses. They have trouble stopping the run, and that's about it. There's Scott. 2-yard gain to set up 3rd and 8. Nope. Luke Fickell. Great hire. How do I feel about PJ and the Gophers? Not a lot of people pleased, because the Axe feels like a Pyrrhic victory for the season. Put it this way. If the Badgers had won that game and won it big, Jim Leonard would be the Badgers head coach right now. The loss opened up the door for them to immediately hire Luke Fickell. And that's a coach that could coach them into the college football playoff and beyond. 3rd down. 4-man rush. Oh, and Hurts is scrambling way deep. Oh, end zone. Nope. Incomplete. Oh, a little pushing and shoving with Watkins and Alexander there. Little extracurricular activity. And that stop means it's going to stay a 2-score game. So Jordan Love gets his chance to lead the Packers on a ridiculous comeback. I don't see it happen. But he's going to get a shot. We're going to start to see what he's made of. See how he is against a fantastic test in an amazingly good Eagles defense. Yep. 37-23. Field goal's good. No. They hired the best guy they could. They hired the best in Luke Fickell. Especially because, very frankly, he can do what Wisconsin has not been able to do for decades. And that's actually develop a passing game. If he can recruit a quarterback that's 4 to 5 star, Wisconsin's in business. They're in business to match up with Ohio State, with Michigan, any day, and at least be equals. And they can compete for Big Ten championships. They can compete to make the college football playoff. And if you get in the playoff, anything can happen. They couldn't become a championship team. Wisconsin has not had a top-flight quarterback, save Russell Wilson, and save 1962 Ron Vanderkellen, ever. Those are the 2 years they have the best shot at a national title. Got to have a quarterback to win in football, college or pro. Bears did go down to the Jets. The Jets, yeah, they're an improved team, but a backup quarterback. Mike White. Who the heck's Mike White? And they beat the Bears. That was a surprise. That was a big surprise. But yeah, Chicago's hurting. Chicago is hurting. And that's a good thing, the fact you have no defense. That's a very good thing for the Packers when they play Chicago next weekend. By the way, I need to see NFL schedule next week. Who's going to be playing next week? Looks like it's a noon start in Chicago for Green Bay. I don't think we're going to get that game here because you've got Commanders, Giants, 2 other NFC East teams, so they're probably going to show that here in Philadelphia. While the Eagles, actually, they're going to show Titans Eagles, yeah. So we'd have to go to a Packers bar to watch that. And Aaron Rodgers update. Aaron Rodgers update. I didn't hear because I don't have the sound up. So I can hear what Melissa Stark's report was. So if you can tell me, please do. Jordan Love is in the game. The Jordan Love era may now be beginning for the Green Bay Packers. Simple handoff with Jones, and Philly knew it. No game. Philly knew it. I'll search the Twitterverse. See if I can find out what Melissa Stark said. My gosh. Oblique injury. Yep. I don't see him come back into this game. Corey Dillon yardage. Okay. Not bad. In the meantime, Philadelphia has 310. A.J. Dillon, by the way, yeah. I keep saying Corey because he had the same number. That's a fault I've had a number of times, but yeah. 265, 310, 310 yards. And Dillon's hurt now. Ah! Packers are a hospital ward. Matt Nagy, no. No. He was just as horrible. First down, Packers, throw to Lazard. All right. Keep moving the chains. You got to get 2 touchdowns these drives. You got to get 2 touchdowns. Just keep moving the chains. Play within yourself, love. Don't try and do too much. Play within yourself. Keep it simple. Yeah, Matt Nagy wasn't going to give your Bears anything. Packers need to give Eddie Lacy a call. Paul Caruth. Oh, there's some great play action. There you go, Watson. There you go. Take it to the house. Woo! We are in this game. We are in this game. This is crazy. I'm in shock. I am in ridiculous, happy shock. And Christian Watson with the afterburners. Wow. That is bonkers. Well, Baseball Road Tripper, I think we may have the first inkling of an answer. You can't judge a whole lot on one drive. But I think the Packers are trying to find that quarterback of the future. And this game could say a lot as to whether Jordan Love can be that guy. Because you just put him in a pressure situation, a big pressure situation, on the road against the team with the NFL's best record and a heck of a pass defense. And he stayed within himself, didn't try and do too much, and he's now got them within a score. He's got them within a score. I can't believe this. They're within a touchdown of the Eagles. Now the question, can you stop somebody? It's the Packers. You wouldn't be surprised if Love's the next guy for 15 years. They've had luck. They've had insane luck. They've had the greatest run at the quarterbacking position for a 30-year period with 2 guys in the history of football. In terms of overall excellence at the position. I don't know if they can maintain that. And I'm not saying Jordan Love is going to be Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre. But if he is good enough to be enough of a playmaker where he can keep defenses honest and they can make that run game work, they can make things work with Jordan Love. He's got to be able to make big plays. That was a good sign, but they leaned on Christian Watson's capability to run like the wind. What's going to happen when you have to have Jordan Love make the ridiculously accurate throw in tight windows? That's what these other legends, Favre and Rodgers, have been able to do. Rodgers, as a pure passer, better than any in the history of the game. I don't think Jordan Love is that. But the question is, can the Packers be good enough if Love isn't that? And I think maybe he could be. But time's time is just going to tell. And so that's why I think he's got to start the next remaining games of the regular season. And especially, I think this has got to be Rodgers' last season in Green Bay. Philly's going to get the football with 8:55 left. $8:55 left. And there's LaFleur talking with Love, giving him some. And this is going to be a punch you're going to hear a lot, giving him some love. Some positive feedback. But now can you stop this machine of the Philadelphia offense? Machine of an offense. 1st and 10 of the 21. If you haven't liked this video, please do so. If you want to give it a share with the people that you know and you love, so they can come on and join the party. 12-yard run. Sanders. Philly's marching again. They're over 320. 320 yards on the ground. First and 10 of 32. And Hurts should have been stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He stopped there 2 down and hit hard by Ford. Amen. You nail it. And as for that, if awful means 3 playoff berths and 2 spots in the NFC Championship game, if you define awful as that, yes, they've been awful. Not by much. Not by much, they're bad. Yeah. And that run total is about to increase by another 8 yards. Another 9 or 10 yards on a first down. They're a sieve. This Packers run defense is a sieve. It's like they want Joe Barry to be fired. I don't think they do. But they can't stop anybody or anything if it's running on the ground. I mean, this NBC graphic. First time since 2014, 2 guys gained more than 125 yards on the ground. And a bounce outside. Scott gains 3 when he should have been held for -2. $333 yards on the ground. 333. And I think you're right. Eddie Lacy would eat the Packers rush defense. Heck, Paul Ott-Caruth, Harlan Huckleby. These no-name Packers running backs from way back in the day, they would be eating this Packers run defense right now. They would be Pro Bowlers. Sanders getting 4 more. Setting up 3rd and 2. If somehow you get a stop right by midfield, you get a stop here. If you're the Packers defense, not only does Green Bay need to score a tie in this game, but they got to take time off the clock. They can't let Philly have football for too long. But you got to get a stop here. 3rd and 3. Got to get a stop here. And they run the ball again. And they gain another first down again. 5 yards. It's not just the anti-Wisconsin sentiment baseball road tripper, but they need to do a deep rebuild. Amen. Truth. They got to rebuild this team. They've got to do it through the draft. They've got to fill a whole lot of holes. And especially with Aaron Rodgers' cap number, you can't do it with free agency. You got to rebuild this team from the ground up. And Pops, yes, I would be Walter Payton against this defense. That's scary. I think I might be more like Craig Ironhead Hayward with my build. And you nail it. You nail it. They've been a consistently good team, but they've never gone over the top because they've always had just some weaknesses. And the quarterback position is the most important position, not just in football, but all sports. Some will argue a goalie in hockey, which is a reasonable argument, but it controls about 50 to 60% of your offense. What the quarterback does decides that much of your offensive productivity. It's going to be third to about 6.5, right on the cusp of field goal range. And you have to stop him. You have to. Exactly, Scott Michelle. The Bears have to do exactly that. Rebuild. You have a piece in Justin Fields, but there's a lot more you got to fix up. And your GM has to do the work. And your ownership has to trust that GM and not demand too much like the McCaskies have done so often over the years. And they run it again. The Packers stopped them. The Packers stopped them on third down. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, that's true. Now they're going to go for it on 4th and 3. And why wouldn't you? You're getting big yardage on most running plays. I could see why they do it. I could see why they do it instead of kicking a 55-yard field goal. I could see why they do it. I'd be shocked if they threw here just to throw the Packers off. But delay a game. Actually, a timeout. Timeout call. Keep it a 4th and 3. Do they discuss it and then punt? Or do they go for it still? Tell me more about Pete Golding, Beth. Tell me more. Let's all agree to let the Lions think they're good for a couple of years. They're harmless, and then we can all compete in like 2025. Beautiful. Detroit, all I got to say is this. The last time they won an NFL championship was 1957. The next year, the Ford family took it over. And they've been diddly squat since. Oh, they're going for a 54-yarder on a slick field. Ooh. If they don't get this, the Packers are in business with field position to tie this game. Oh, they got it. They got it. All right. Credit where credit is due. Credit where credit is due. That was a fantastic kick on slick conditions in a pressure situation. 54 yards. That's just a great team being a great team, people. Okay. Take that. But can he stop teams throwing? Because even though the running game has improved in terms of its importance in the NFL, it's still a passer's league. It's still an aerial league. Wow. I think Green Bay's offense has played so far as well as they could possibly play. Happy Hodak, exactly. You're surprised this game is so close. I still think they'd rather hire Jim Leonard. And the guy's good enough to be an NFL defensive coordinator. Packers ain't scoring 10 points in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. They're just not. Okay, Nixon. Okay. Big return to the 48-yard line. Okay. Now you got to score quick. You've got to score crazy quick. You got 3 timeouts, Green Bay, but you got to score crazy quick and recover the onside kick. Oh, man. They got to do a quick trip to the end zone and make the Eagles scream wah wah. That's a bad pun. Dad joke. All right. Bill O'Brien, the Packers' next head coach. All right, first down gain. All right. Christian Watson. All right. Get the clock stopped at the 2-minute warning. Wish they could have gotten another play off it, but that's okay. That's okay. If these Packers had any semblance of a run defense, they'd win this game. But when you give up 353 yards on the ground, 353 rushing yards. That's almost a quarter of a mile. That is almost a quarter of a mile that the Packers defense tonight has been half of a B&J sandwich and a jar of air. Trading Rodgers for that would be an improvement on the Packers defense. Let me see. I'm going to do a fast Twitter search here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We are in the dozens, perhaps hundreds of people on Twitter in just the last hour using the phrase "fire Joe Barry." Bet. Brilliant. Brilliant. They wouldn't stop a fake high school team. Throw in a jar of pickles for safe measure. Oh, it's beautiful. Packers went with a game plan that will tire them out by making them run so far. Let's see if it works. And it worked. All right, 38-yard line. You got to score fast. Got to score fast. And the Bakhtiari was offside, but they didn't call it. And the throw goes to Aaron Jones, and he drops it. You were 1/3 of the way to the end zone if he catches that ball. And it hit him right through his hands. Right through his hands. He had his hands spread, but if he just puts his hands like this, where his fingers are together, and he catches the football like this, he can't drop it. That's a fundamental mistake by a Pro Bowl caliber running back. You can't make that mistake. 2nd and 10. Over the middle. Okay, complete. First down. Tick, 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 tick. But it's more important to get first downs than stop the clock. It's more important to get first downs. Oh, replay. Jordan Love doing the Michael Jordan stick your tongue out. Man. Jelly of the Month Club. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And the clock stoppage as Blankenship is coming out of the game with an alley. Here's a question. Do you try and score a touchdown on this drive? Or do you consider kicking a field goal when you're in good range quickly to give yourself time if you get the ball back on an onside kick? I think I would rather get the touchdown here if I can, but you have to manage your time very well. Okay. Off target to Watson in the end zone. If that's a perfect throw, it's a tie game, but that throw was not easy. It was inaccurate, but it's not an easy throw to make. And Slay was all over Lazard. I mean, he was dancing with him. He could have thrown to him, but Love chose the harder throw in the end zone. Go to Lazard. Go to Lazard. Okay, Tunyon. 6 yards. Third down. You gotta get to the line quick. Get to the line quick. Comedy routines. This is great stuff with your comments here. Okay. All right, Jordan. Get the first down. Tap. Oh! Kick the field goal. Kick the field goal. You got 1:11 left. Kick the field goal. You're in range. You get another shot if you get the onside kick. You had A.J. Dillon open. Easier throw than trying to go to Cobb. He was trying to go for all the marbles there. Amen, kid. Amen. All right. We're within a score. We're within a score. Got the field goal. We are within a score. Oh, but we know he's the Jets quarterback, bet. But also, Mike White. There's a Mike White who's the head coach of the University men's basketball team. And then there's the Mike White who coached Cal Berkeley, Illinois, and the Oakland Raiders. You got 3 Mike Whites there. Working in the volcano. Nice. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is... Oh, we were talking about Mike White a bunch of times. That's why I thought that. We mentioned that a bunch of times today. All right, onside kick time here. Onside kick time. And Mike Price produced the Simpsons. Philly recovers. That's it. Mike Price produced the Simpsons. That's it. Philly's going to win this thing. Philly is going to win this thing. I was shocked. Absolutely shocked. Packers stole 3 timeouts, so it's not guaranteed here. Philly gets a first down. It's over. Timeout. Minute 1 left. Okay. It's not impossible for the Packers here. Hey, Mikey. How you doing? That's true. Different Mike Price, not the Simpsons producer. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for popping on. Thank you. Everyone, give a like to this video if you haven't. That'd be fantastic. Really appreciate it. 2nd and 8. They got to stop him here. 2 stops, 2 timeouts to have any chance. And Sanders gains 5. 3rd and 3. You get that first down, it's ball game. Get that first down, it's ball game. I credit this Packers offense today. They did so much better than I thought they even had a prayer of doing. They played extremely well. Extremely well. I mean, they really moved that football, all in every fashion, with an injured Aaron Rodgers, and then with Jordan Love. Here's 3rd down. Ball game. Ball game. Sanders gets the first down. That's it. I give the Packers all the credit in the world for playing Philly as tough as they did by putting up 33 points on the best team in football. And for Jordan Love to come in on those drives, he had one ridiculously successful drive. He had one with some inaccuracies and some decision-making issues. But he's young. He's going to get better. Philly, congratulations. You are the best team in pro football. And now that you're not playing the Packers again, I can root for you again. Fly, Eagles, fly. After tonight, fly all the way to the Super Bowl. I'm riding you. But I'm never giving up on my Green Bay Packers. Ever. And we're going to see through a hard rebuilding that the Packers have to do. But after you've been this successful for 30 years, this time's going to come that you have to face it. I think they need to face it, and they need to grow. They need to rebuild a new foundation. And now we're going to see what Jordan Love can do. I think they need to start Jordan Love the rest of the season. And I think this may need to be Jordan Love's last game, or Aaron Rodgers' last game as a starter. But yeah, Green Bay played with everything they had on offense and with Swiss cheese on defense. Pops has got more teams than CJ. That's what happens when you move to a new area. You adopt new teams as well as your own. Joey, the game just wrapped up. I'm going to need a little time. And then we're going to go see the voice of college football. We're going to head over there and talk about the hiring of Luke Fickell at the University of Wisconsin. So go join the voice of college football. We are going to discuss a major hire by the University of Wisconsin that is going to be affecting the college football world in a lot of ways. I'll be back with you there. The kid and I will be back with some more streams coming up. More football, more sports streams, more storytelling on Sorgi Stories. As the kid would say, like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell. Ding, ding, ding. Like Apollo Creed said in Rocky. Join us at JSORGI on Twitter. Sorgi Stories on Instagram and on Facebook. And Mastodon.com, our new account there, mastodon.world/@button, the letter JSORGI. We're now on Mastodon. For the sleeping little buddy, I'm Daddy. And in my best kid doing a Bob Uecker impersonation, so long from Sorgi Story Studios here in Philadelphia. Thanks, everybody.